Good morning, crafting friends. This is Cheryl Ann with another video tutorial for you this morning. This is March 15th. This is probably going to be a three-part video. This first part today is about how to make a beginning journal for people that are wanting to make a junk journal, but you don't know where to start. So I'm going to show you what I did, and maybe it'll help you. You know, I retired after teaching for 30 years a couple years ago. It'll be 2 years in May. My first year, I didn't do anything. I just de-stressed. By my second year, I was ready to get creative again. I've always had some kind of creative outlet. I never scrapbooked. I never journaled. I did have 3 blogs, which I still try to keep up. And I've always been a photographer and a writer, but I had not done journals. I had my blogs, so I didn't need anything physical. I could blog online and share my photos. So the first thing I did was I ran around and I gathered all my stuff from school. I went out in the garage and I found a whole box like this, just full of papers that I had used at school with the kids, which I can no longer find the box. I think it might be back out in the garage. But I got this dish pan and I just started putting things in it. Like, here's just some paper. I had some photographs from a city calendar. I had some photographs that my husband took that I just printed on paper. I had colored paper. I had colored computer paper. I had old awards from school. I had postcards from all our trips. I had all kinds of travel things from our trips, visitor guides. You know, anytime we went anywhere, you know, I'm the kind of person I have to find the ranger station and see what kind of goodies they had. So this is just packed full of stuff. You know, because when you're doing journals, you need a lot of paper. So I actually have 2 tubs. Like I said, I can't find the other one that has more just stationery in it, but I did find this one. So I had my 2 tubs of old school papers, computer paper, notebook paper, any kind of paper I could find. I threw into those tubs because, like I said, you do need a lot of paper. And then this is another tub. It's not actually a tub, but this one I started just collecting notebooks. I started going to Joann's and Michael's, and I found these little books. And this one has graph paper in it. This one has plain paper. And this one has paper with dots. And again, then I found out in the garage, I found paper pads that I had that I'd never used. Some of these are from Dollar Tree. Some of these I found at thrift shops. This is Michael's. You know, they're dollar bins. Because like I said, you need a lot of paper. Okay, more little pads. More paper. More paper. You can never have too much paper. More paper here, more paper. But you see, I just started putting paper and just little notebooks that I had. I started putting them in this tub. Another one of the things that I did was I made another basket, and I got my baskets at Dollar Tree. I started just collecting stationery, things for the covers, things to put inside my journals. Like I used this one on one of my journals. Just all kinds. If it was 50 cents or 25 cents, you know, I bought it. Because you don't want to be starting your journal and not have anything to put in it. And that's my philosophy, at least. So, anytime I could find an inexpensive card, I do have one thrift shop where I buy these. They're 50 cents each, but they're just so pretty. So they're all in one basket. Then I started on my papers. And again, I just started off with regular 20-pound cheap, the cheapest I could find, white copy paper. And I didn't start coffee dyeing. I actually started with just kind of putting food coloring on them. This one I took an old piece of cardboard, and I dipped it in coffee. And then I put that on the paper, and then I took it to Staples. I made like 50 copies. I went through my stage where I was doing paper napkins. I collected envelopes. I tried splattering. I tried spraying. There's some more stationery that I had. I did have some music paper, but I didn't want to use my own, so I started buying, if I found them, I started buying books of sheet music, piano music, or just some more spray. But again, you need to get a lot of paper, because you need to have something in your book. I started going to the library, collecting magazines. So you can see here, I have a pretty good supply, and this is just another basket. And this is another thing of paper. These are some I've already sewn on fabrics. I'm the kind of person, when I get in a creative mood, I don't like to have to stop. So I try to get organized a little bit ahead. Yeah, I've shown these before. These are my dyed papers. And again, this whole thing is full. I probably have over 100 pages here. Some of these are coffee dyed, some are food coloring dyed. But I don't like to have to stop and do this, so I like to have these prepared ahead of time. So that's where I was at the beginning. I got my paper, got my magazines, tore out pages, coffee dyed paper, food dyed paper. I got all that done, and I actually did get that pretty much organized. So for part one, I think we'll end it there. These are just some of the journals I've done in my Etsy shop, which is Deserts and Beyond. I'll put the link below. But that's where I was at the beginning. I was just kind of gathering materials, getting them organized, and I'll come back with you another day for part two. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later.